fixed meal when I'm running late at night and I don't want to eat something too heavy.
Yeah.
Or it's great for lunch, or it's great for breakfast.
I can eat eggs anytime.
Me too. I love omelets for dinner.
Because the funky thing is that you always told me is that you use almond milk, which I only started trying because you said you do this. So let's see what one of Tata's omelets come out like.
I use the almond cocoa, and it's unsweetened, and it's also vanilla flavored. You don't want to use sweetened, of course, but yeah, let's get this party started.
All right.
So we're going to heat up the frying pan, and I'm going to use some olive oil.
Olive oil in the frying pan.
Now you can add ingredients that you like. I'm just doing my favorite ingredients. So first I'm going to start with some, what I have is some gourmet mushrooms here. It's just a mix of different kinds of gourmet mushrooms, crimini, shiitake, you know, oyster. So I'm going to toss them in there and I'm going to saute them. You're going to see those shrivel up quite a bit. And you can use fresh garlic. I'm going to use powdered now just to quicken the pace of the cooking. So I put a little garlic. I love garlic with mushrooms.
So garlic powder does what?
I just cover the mushrooms with a little garlic powder. It gives it a little bit more of an aroma, a little taste to the omelet.
Okay.
So we're going to saute that on sort of medium-high and wait for these babies to cook.
Okay.
I'm going to add a little more olive oil to these mushrooms.
Those mushrooms look good.
And they smell good. Can you smell the aroma?
I can.
The garlic, the gourmet. I love it.
I'm trying to add more mushrooms to things because they're really good for your immune system.
They are very good. They have so many properties for your health.
Yeah. Immune system and vitamin D, both of which I always need.
Right. So now I'm going to add spinach. I'm not going to let them cook completely because you don't want them to overcook because the spinach has to cook.
Okay.
So I'm just going to throw the spinach on top of the mushrooms. And again, this is my own personal blend. It's something I like to eat. I like this combination.
Okay.
You can do kale. Some people like to do arugula with this, so I think that's quite enough. And then I throw in a few of these sun-dried tomatoes.
Yum.
On top because you don't want them to burn on the bottom. And what I'm trying to do is steam everything once I put the lid back on the pan.
Yeah, I always screw that up.
Yeah.
I put mine in too soon and then they get blackened.
Oh,
so you
I do that too.
Gotta be careful, yeah.
Right. That has happened to me. And I like lots of sun-dried tomatoes. I don't use fresh because it causes everything else to get too soggy after, and then you end up with a soggy omelet.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah. I use the dried ones too.
So we're going to let that cook now. So Jill, we've now sauteed spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, and I like a gourmet mushroom mix, but you can use any kind of mushrooms, whatever you like.
And the only seasoning so far has been the garlic powder,
Garlic
right?
powder, and we have olive oil.
Okay.
And that's what we're sauteing with. Now, I always put the spinach on top of the mushrooms. I saute the mushrooms first till they're half done.
Okay.
And then I cover the spinach and the tomatoes, the sun-dried tomatoes, so that they don't get burnt. Because
How long did we just saute them for? Because you steamed them a little.
3 minutes. And I basically put the lid on it. So I do 3 minutes of some mushrooms, and then I add another 3 minutes with the vegetables on top.
Okay, 3 minutes mushrooms, 3 minutes vegetables on top. I can do this.
You
So
can.
far, so
You
good.
can add artichokes in here, any kind of vegetable you like.
And
basically.
flame height?
It's about medium to medium high if you don't want to burn it.
I'm learning too.
The other thing is don't use vegetables. I tend not to use tomatoes and stuff because they get very soggy.
Yeah.
So, well, you can.
But the sun-dried tomatoes are okay.
They are okay.
All right,
So now we have mixed our 2 eggs, which you can see here. And I always like to add a little unsweetened almond cocoa milk.
Just
Instead
kind of
of
strange,
milk.
right?
Some people add 35% cream. I mean, it's for your personal taste. I
Okay.
just try to add a little bit, not too much.
What do you like about this versus regular real milk or cream?
It just has a special aromatic taste to it, and I like aromatic things. That's why I use the gourmet mushrooms.
Aromatic?
Aromatic. But, you know, to each his own. For instance, my husband does not like it. He likes to use real milk.
Okay.
So we're going to whisk these together.
Well, I like that you taught me that because for Jim, he needs to have no cholesterol. So
Right.
yeah, so I started adding that to the eggs and it works. I didn't know why. It does.
Just make sure that you don't have a sweetened version. That's all.
Oh yeah, right.
So now that we've done that, we're going to cover the mixture with the eggs so that it's practically well covered.
Oh my God. I don't see, that's where I screw up.
It's going to be a bit of a frittata more than an omelet, but it's between an omelet and a frittata, really.
Ooh, tilt that up. That looks good. Look how nice that looks. Can you see?
Well, I have to be careful because it's... Now here I'm going to turn up to medium high, and I'm going to cover, and And I'm going to cook it for a couple of minutes, and then at the end I'm going to add my Parmesan cheese.
Okay, at what point, do the eggs have to be cooked through before you add the cheese, or
They
right
have
before?
to be about 3/4 done.
3/4 done.
And then we add the cheese.
Okay, and what kind of cheese are we using?
We're going to use some grated, freshly shaved, actually not grated, Parmesan cheese. Sometimes I add goat cheese, so sometimes I mix the two. So it's the cheese of your preference. You can use Swiss cheese Gruyere,
Yeah.
if we can say that, Gruyere
Gruyere.
cheese.
Ooh, I said it.
So, and just make sure that it's either shaved or grated.
Okay.
And that will make it really nice, because you want to have an even spread of the cheese. You don't want a clump of it.
Okay. And then any other seasonings? Because so far all I've seen was the garlic powder.
Yeah, I don't use salt because I don't like salt.
Okay.
But a lot of people will add salt and pepper. Those are the 3 things you can use.
And that's it. Oh, I love it.
That's
It's so easy.
It's very easy, it's fast, it's nutritious,
Yeah.
and you get your vegetables and you get your protein, you get your fats.
And how many minutes do you do this for?
Well, you gotta judge it. I say between 2 to 3 minutes. You have to look at it, and when it just starts to cook on the top,
Okay.
then you'll add your cheese. So
Alright.
you see how it's sort of bubbling up now?
Look at
Pretty
that.
much
Nice and
done.
fluffy.
Right? Now I'm turning down my heat to about medium to medium-low.
Okay.
And I'm going to add my sprinkled Parmesan here. I'm going to sprinkle this shaved, beautiful
That's gorgeous.
Parmesan.
I think the main thing that I learned is that when you put your eggs on, you don't just dump it in like I do and start scrambling.
No.
You kind of just spread it out.
Well,
Nice and even yeah. Oh, look at that.
Creating this frittata, you see how crispy it gets? And
Okay.
you turn off your heat at this point.
You do,
All
okay.
you want is the heat that exists in the frying pan to now melt that cheese that you have in there. This is a random mushroom here that got away.
Okay.
Cover just for a minute and you're done. Voila!
All right. Well, let's tilt that up and show it. Mmm. That looks amazing. Healthy, fast dinner. That took us about 5 minutes. Yum. And this feeds 2. You only use 2 eggs, and this is good for 2 people.
2, 1, depends how hungry you are. If you're a big hungry old guy, you might want to eat the whole thing.
Girl, I would eat that whole thing by myself.
Right?
Yeah.
And I find this pretty filling.
Oh my god, it's amazing, right?
Right?
Yeah,
So
ta-ta.
voila. L'omelette, I call it l'omelette frittata. It's a combination, a merger.
Fancy. All right, fine-tuned female.
All right.
Right on.
Awesome.
See you next time.
Bye.